The silence that descended over the scar was heavy, broken only by the rhythmic thumping of the Garzeth's massive leg kicking against the stone as I found the sweet spot behind its ear. "I am hallucinating," Prince Aamon said, his voice flat. He was standing a few feet away, his royal demon armor scuffed and stained with the black ichor of the lesser beasts we'd slaughtered an hour ago. "That is the only explanation. The toxic fumes of the waste have finally rotted my brain." I looked up from the massive creature, currently acting more like an oversized puppy than an apex predator of the infernal wilds. "No hallucinations, Your Highness, just a misunderstanding. He wasn't evil, just hungry, and maybe a little lonely." "It is a Garzeth," Aamon hissed, stepping closer. His boots crunched on the obsidian gravel. His eyes, pools of swirling crimson and gold, narrowed at me. "It eats souls, Liam. It flays the skin from bone for sport. It does not get lonely." "Well, this one does," I muttered, patting the creature's thick, bristly flank. The Garzeth let out a rumbling chuff, its 6 eyes closing in ecstasy as I moved my hand to its belly. The purple mana that had surged between us earlier had settled into a low, humming vibration in my chest. It felt warm, right. The cat Albert sat on a nearby rock, licking a paw with infuriating nonchalance. "The boy has a knack, Prince Stiffneck. Don't be jealous just because the big scary monster likes him better than you." Aamon ignored the cat, his gaze fixed solely on me. It was a look I was becoming dangerously accustomed to, a mix of suspicion, grudging respect, and something darker, hungrier that made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. We were supposed to be enemies, or at least unlikely allies of convenience. I was the human wielding power I shouldn't have. He was the exiled prince trying to reclaim a throne that wanted him dead. "Stand up, Liam," Aamon commanded, though the bite was gone from his tone. I gave the Garzeth, I decided to call him Barnaby, one last pat and slowly rose to my feet. The moment I straightened, the world tilted. The rush of adrenaline and the massive expenditure of infernal mana crashed down on me all at once. My knees turned to water. The gray sky of the scar spun violently. "Liam." I didn't hit the ground. Strong arms caught me, hard and unyielding. I blinked, trying to clear the spots from my vision, and found myself pressed against Aamon's chest. He smelled of ozone, crushed spices, and cold steel. It was an intoxicating scent that cut through the sulfur of the wasteland. "Easy," Aamon murmured, his voice rumbling against my ear. His clawed hands gripped my biceps, sharp enough to prick but careful enough not to draw blood. "You foolish human. You channeled enough power to level a city block to pet a dog. Your core is nearly empty." "Worth it," I slurred, my head lolling against his shoulder. My body felt incredibly heavy, but the heat radiating from him was grounding. "He's a good boy." Aamon scoffed, but he didn't let go. In fact, he pulled me closer, taking my weight completely. "You are infuriating. If you die from magical exhaustion, I will resurrect you just to kill you myself." Promise," I stammered, my tongue feeling thick. Aamon looked down at me. For a second, the crimson in his eyes swirled with a golden light. His gaze dropped to my lips, then back up to my eyes. The air between us crackled, thicker than the mana storm had been. "We cannot stay here," Aamon said, his voice dropping an octave. "The scavengers will come. We need shelter. Can you walk?" "Think so," I lied. I tried to take a step and stumbled. Aamon sighed, a sound of long-suffering nobility. "Useless." Before I could protest, he swept me up into his arms, bridal style. I gasped, instinctively wrapping an arm around his neck. The metal of his pauldron was cold, but his skin was burning hot. "Albert," Aamon snapped at the cat, "guide the beast. If Liam has truly bonded with it, it will follow. We head for the basalt caves." As Aamon carried me through the jagged terrain, I rested my head against his chest, listening to the slow, powerful beat of his heart. It was steady, strong, and for the first time since I'd fallen into this hellscape, I felt safe. But as my consciousness faded into exhaustion, I felt a tremor run through Aamon's arms, not of weakness, but of tension. He was holding me tighter than necessary.
Want to keep the flame ignited without having to wait for the next part? You can find the full, tantalizing tale on our main page. See the link in the description.